Okay, well, to make it easy to understand and to be as precise and concise as possible, today you see the date up there. I should have done this. I should have recorded this last Friday, or I guess yeah, last Friday. At least last Saturday in the worst case, but I didn't. But that's also one of the things we're going to address while I'm doing this. There's a reason I'm calling it Let's Talk More Do, because I've been finding myself in this kind of a loop recently that I'm doing things that I don't want to do, and I'm trying to get myself all out of said things, and I keep like kind of getting back into the same loop, and so I've kind of figured out what it is that's making me do that. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because it's purely for myself. This is gonna serve as kind of a journal, and the reason I'm gonna be posting this is for me, so that it stays somewhere as an album, something that can be used both by me to look back on how made things happen when situations were dire. Because let's be fair, as of right now, the situation is not the best, right? Which is one of the things which led me to do what I'm doing right now. But that's not the subject. What is this? Let's talk more. Do I guess in one word, no, in one sentence, not in one sentence either. You can't really say those kind of things in one sentence. I guess the best way to do is basically me trying to figure out not what to do, but how to do things to get to where I want to get. I've realized not so long ago that in order to do the things you want to do, there are things that need to be done first. And the things that need to be done first in order for you to get to the point where you can do the things you want to do calls for special skills. It's a special skill sets, right? It's called discipline. And discipline itself is one word, but it is a skill that requires you to have the skill sets of self analysis, right? Um, Self awareness, and the ability that comes with that to be able to trigger from yourself, right, by yourself, the next, no, be able to push by yourself the necessary trigger that makes you move in order for you to do the things you have to get done whenever they need to get done, um, despite your states at the moment, your feelings at the moment, the things that might be going on in your life at the moment. And so, I guess this kind of is an attempt at trying to put together, I won't say a body of work, kind of record. This is not even about the recording, it's about having somewhere the things that were necessary to get to where I got. The things that I failed to do, the things that I've succeeded in doing. And so, um, I guess I have a certain addiction to, not even an addiction, more like an obsession. I have an obsession. I'm obsessed about a few things in my life, very few things. There's not that many things that get me driven and obsessed about success in general, I mean. And I think what I'm trying to do, you know what, let's get back to it. We said let's talk more do. Right? I think the best way to say it, and I've written a tweet like on the 5th of February about how how you change really your life, because that's also one of the moment when I've kind of made the connection about how life works, how things have worked out for me, and how as human in general we work to change ourselves if we really want to do so. And so it goes like this. Our mind shapes our environment triggers and reinforces our action. Our actions create our lifestyle. Our lifestyle begets our achievements. Our achievements begets our fulfillment. Our fulfillment begets moments of happiness. And so when you reverse engineer, what's the right way to say? Once you do the reverse engineering of that, you get to understand that how do I say this? Happiness, as we all want to be happy and we are all chasing after happiness, right? So happiness is not given. Happiness is earned. Happiness is not happiness is not a cursed time. It's a specific moment in time. That's the result of us feeling fulfilled. That fulfillment comes from the things we have achieved. Those achievements are a direct result of the lifestyle we have adopted and we follow. We religiously, and with discipline, we actually follow, we execute and practice on. Because practice is the only thing that leads to mastery anyway. And that lifestyle is created by your actions, the repetition of your actions. The routine people don't want to talk about, people don't want, because they want novelty in their life. And the human mind is like that, is in the sense that it wants novelty. It feels like death when you are repeating the same things over and over and over and over and over again and nothing changes. Your mind desperately looks for a way to bring about change and chaos. But I think, and I wholeheartedly believe, that once you find a way to calm the chaos inside and bring about, in a certain sense, a rock in the middle of the raging, in the middle of the raging ocean of our minds, against which no matter how many waves crash, it stands still and is the rock of your life. Then you can start seeing change, right? Then you can start seeing ripple effects all around you. And like I said, and this is not an idea that comes from me only, it comes from a bunch of people I've taken it from. Our actions create our lifestyle, right? And so how do you change your actions? Well, you do that by getting into action. But the thing is, actions are also reinforced and triggered by different cues in your environment. And I think the best way to explain this was, I think it was Dr. Peterson, Jordan B. Peterson, who was talking about the fact that some of the guys who were sent to war in Vietnam started doing coke in Vietnam, but as soon as they came back home, they stopped doing coke. And so, and by coke I mean the cocaine, the drugs, right? And so that lets you understand that your actions and the different your action are triggered and reinforced by cues in your environment that you respond to, by your natural adaptation to the environment you were born into or the environment you live in, right? And so I think the best way to approach this is understanding, well, I might not necessarily control how I react to something. And the best thing is being able to control how you react to something. But until I've got that under control, I have one thing I can do. I can change the environment I put myself into if I so much as decide to, right? So I can change them. Even I'm not talking at a huge scale like your social circle, heck, your neighborhood. I'm talking about the your immediate environment, your room, for example. That's one of the major things I'm going to be talking about, basically. Uh, and so, yes, I guess this is also a way of seeing how I can use my mind to reshape my environment so that the new triggers and cues that I put in place in my environment push me in the direction of being more disciplined, right? Because discipline in itself is already hard, so why make it even harder by cultivating around myself the wrong environment? This is a really long-winded way to say I'm just basically trying to say less and do more, and I'm basically saying that action determines our lifestyle determines our achievement bring about fulfillment. The way we feel fulfilled makes us happy, right? So the first thing you need to change is your action. If you want a better life, if you want happiness, the first thing you need to change are your actions. How do you change your actions? Change your environment, and you see your action will change. The human body is made to adapt. It adapts to whatever cues the environment around it sends him, right? Send to it, right? So it's simple. Change your environment. Make things uncomfortable around yourself. That will drive you to bring about a change. Because if you're not uncomfortable enough and your body gets the same type of stimulus it usually gets, it won't change things because same action, same reaction. But just start learning when you get same action, different reaction, a different action, different reaction. Now, since you have been used so much to same action, same reaction, the first way you change it, right, is by getting different action and you get different reaction. Because if you don't know what different reaction look like and what the result of a different reaction look like first, there's no way you're gonna get so good at a different reaction that at some point you'll be able to bring it into the case where you can get same action and you are able to bring in the different reaction, the right reaction, not the wrong one. And so I guess in a way this is also kind of this is really a journal. So if you come along the way, you find it interesting, you find it helping, so be it. I'm not intending to do this for anybody else but myself, to look back on and figure out where I'm messing up and how I'm wanna be myself. In the sense, I guess I'm getting better. Because I've realized one of the things that make me the most happy in the world is being good at something, being amongst the best, if not the best at something. I gonna let go of that for a minute now because of a few things that have happened in my life, but I'm just 24. I haven't even entered my prime. I'm far away from my prime, right? And things are to come. So until then, let's do the best we can, and I hope nobody's seen this. In the famous word of Stephen Bartlett, I hope nobody's listening, nobody's watching. But if you are, I hope this helps you. And I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Let's talk less. Let's talk less and do more.